Okay, this is the Royal Flush Tabata workout. It's a bodyweight Tabata workout. It involves a lot of exercises that are going to be great for the feet, ankles, and cardio. There's a little bit of plyometrics, which are a little bit advanced, so if you're sensitive to aches and pains, I'm going to explain some very safe alternatives you can go through. Once again, as a Tabata workout routine, you're going to go through the exercises one at a time in sequence, 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off for 4 minutes, then moving on to the next one, so on and so forth. We're going to start off with the rowboat squats. So for the rowboat squats, you're going to have your arms straight out in front like this. You're going to push your hips back, bend the knees to squat down, stand up. From the top, you row your arms like you're rowing a boat, and you repeat. And focus on really squeezing deliberately through the shoulder blades to really engage those upper back postural muscles. Now, from the front, it will look like this. So you can see that I'm really kind of rowing a boat. Now, if you have exercise tubes or access to a cable machine, it would look something like this with the exercise tubes. Then you can attach them up high, as I have here, and to a wall or a stable surface. And you can use elastic resistance or tension as a way to progress the movement. So I could do the movement like this. Now I'm pulling the tubes at the top of each row. So that could be a progression. Now the next exercise we're going to be doing is the lateral hops. For this one here, I like to press the palms together because that helps activate the core. Feet are together. You're going to hop to the right a few inches, then to the left a few inches, repeating. Keeping on the balls of your feet, keep your heels up. This is the motion here. Now, for some people that's too difficult because their feet or ankles or back is a little bit sensitive. So what you would do is just go into a low squat, and it's just low squat, side to side stepping. This is the safer alternative, it's lower impact. If you are doing the higher impact variation, some of the progressions I've described are as follows. You could take the tube, put it down on the ground, and try to jump a wider distance back and forth over the tube. That's going to make it a lot more difficult. You could also hold on to some free weights. So holding on to some dumbbells, and I just hold on to them with a sideways grip just like this, palms facing the outside of my thighs. And you could just hop back and forth like so. All of those will make it a lot more challenging. Now the next exercise is high knee rocking. For this one, you're going to be down on the floor on all fours, just like this. You're going to have your ankles flexed and toes tucked under. So you can see that my feet are tucked under. Now I'm going to have the knees floating off the ground like this. And then I rock my hips back, I bring them forward and repeat. This is the motion. So it's rocking back and forth with the knees floating the whole time. It looks simple. I'm just going to give you a different view here. It looks simple, but you're going to feel this burning in the quads. It's going to work the core, and it's going to work the shoulders. That's high knee rocking. You want to actively push into the ground to rock yourself back and forth. The next exercise we're going to do is bell jumps. For bell jumps, you're going to be hopping back and forth, straight out in front of you, just a couple inches. Once again, I like to press the palms together, and it's just forward and back, like this. Just like you're ringing a bell. Now from the side view, it looks like this. Okay? Progressions, similarly, involve, you could set the tube down on the ground, and you could hop back and forth over it with big hops. That would be a progression. Or you could, once again, hold on to some dumbbells, just like I am here, and just do hopping back and forth, holding on to dumbbells, okay? So those are some different ways to make it most difficult. However, I'll be completely honest with you. The base exercise I'm recommending, the bell jump, is hard enough on its own for the vast majority of people. So if you don't make progress, don't worry about it. Now, that is a plyometric exercise, which means it can rattle you around a little bit. If you're sensitive, I want you to do heel raises instead. You would hold onto a wall and you'd raise your heels all the way up and down instead. That would be your alternative exercise, okay? Now we're going to go on to side-to-side push-ups next. Side-to-side push-ups will be done from your knees. So you're going to be laying completely flat like this. You're going to push up, walk both hands to the side one time, down, both hands to the side one time, down and up. There's no middle stop. It's just right to left, like this, okay? From the side, it will look like this. Now this is a particularly effective exercise for the chest because when you do the side-to-side motion, it actually creates a more comprehensive and complete contraction through the chest muscles compared to a typical push-up. So you're actually going to notice when you do this, you're going to be like, wow, I feel these a lot more than a typical push-up. And there's a very scientific reason why. It is a little bit more advanced. It does require some coordination, which is why this is not commonly prescribed because of the complexity. However, if I'm giving this exercise to you, it means that I know you're capable of it. And if you find that for some reason isn't challenging enough, then I want you to do it from your feet, from your hands and feet, just like this, all the way down, all the way up, side to side. Okay? Now, the next exercise is rowing back raises. Rowing back raises. So I'm going to show you this one lying. I'm going to be face down with my arms out in front, okay? I'm going to have my arms slightly off the ground, and I'm going to row them back towards me, lift my head and chest up, squeeze, then extend them out in front. So watch this. Up, I reach them out in front. Roll them back, reach them out in front. So the motion, I'm just going to give you an alternative view here. The motion looks like this. So we're working a lot of our spinal extensors, which help to straighten up our posture. If we're slumped forward, we're working a lot of the upper back muscles. It's a postural blitz. Now, if I wanted to make that more difficult, I would hold on to little tiny dumbbells like these ones here. Little tiny 2 to 3 pound dumbbells. You'd be surprised how much of a difference this will make. It'll actually make it much more difficult. So you go like this, row back, and repeat. That's one way to do it. Another way to progress this is to attach an exercise tube low. So, for example, I could loop it low around something, and I could use the elastic resistance for my progression. So if I'm laying down here, then I could just go like this. And that's an alternative way to progress that movement. Now the final exercise here we have is windshield wipers. Okay, so for this one here, you're going to be laying face up. I like to have the arms down by the sides, all right? You're going to have your legs straight up. You're going to have both legs go down about halfway to the left. Both legs go down about halfway to the right. And you're going side to side like this. Now you don't want to go too far. You don't want to be twisting too much through the spine. We want to keep the focus on the muscles. Okay, so going 2/3 of the way down would be the absolute maximum here. If you want to make it more intense, then what you do is you do a pelvic tilt the whole time. Okay, so you would tilt your pelvis almost like if you're going to tilt your belt buckle towards your belly button. You would maintain that posture the whole time, and that'll make it a little bit more challenging. You could also wear some ankle weights if you wanted to. That would make it more challenging, but those progressions aren't always necessary. because the exercise in itself should be a good enough challenge for you. So that concludes the Royal Flush Tabata workout. Once again, at its base level of prescription, it's just a bodyweight workout, but it's an intense bodyweight workout. All of these progressions with the tubing and the free weights, those are progressions. Those are like the deluxe add-ons, but aren't a necessity, because the workout in and of itself is a fantastic